from a pediatric perspective, just white lie to your kids.
Yes.
Don't even tell them it's different yogurt.
Yeah.
To be honest, we've done that
You've
with
done
our
that.
children, and they still
works.
love blueberry
We've done it
yogurt,
with our
mango
guests
yogurt.
also.
Yes.
All right. So
Hi.
we're back.
Welcome back. We finished our snack of papaya, and we're ready to talk about part 2, meaning number 6 through 12, if you're counting with us.
Actually, we threw one extra, right? Papaya.
Yeah, that's right. If you of foods and food tips for kids and adults, really, that will help your immunity during a cooler, more respiratory pathogen and season, but also year round.
Yeah, let's not talk about the environment and lifestyle and stuff like that, because there's a lot more to discuss there. So don't stay away from that right now, please.
I was just inspired by the respiratory season in the U.S.
Inspired.
Yeah. So, all right. So let's talk about number 6.
Number 6.
So number 6 is yogurt. Now I'm going to make you, yogurt. No, I'm talking about vegan yogurt. But what's the part about, so there's 2 parts of yogurt, right? There's the probiotics, which is what I'm primarily talking about. And then there's in real yogurt, in dairy-based yogurt, is the animal milk-based. So
milk-based proteins.
We would like you to avoid that for, I'm sure many reasons we've mentioned. But basically, any animal-based protein, animal-based fat is pro-inflammatory, amongst other reasons. But we're talking mostly about immunity here, and we don't want any to add to any more inflammation, right? Because that's just going to decrease your immune system. So ideally, you would get plant-based yogurt. So almond milk yogurt, soy milk yogurt, coconut milk yogurt. In India, we recently discovered peanut curd, which is yogurt made from peanuts, plant-based yogurt made from peanuts, which apparently has been around for hundreds of years. I just discovered and have fallen in love with it. It's delicious, very lighter tasting than like coconut
and
yogurt.
What they've started doing is they've started adding the newer, more modern cultures into the peanut yogurt.
Yeah.
So it's become like a
So you get the benefit of the probiotics, which is all the good bacteria directly being absorbed by your gut and making your immune system happy and healthy.
I just want to add this, and I know people are always thinking like, oh, yogurt is supposed to be the best, and you're telling me yogurt is not good? I'm so sorry to break this to you, but what happens with yogurt is that it has... What?
It's a heart. Continue.
It has heart?
Nothing.
Oh my God. I have to do a podcast with her. I don't know what the heart was. I'm just saying, like, yogurt has a lot of the milk compounds that are not really good for you. They cause leaky gut, they cause arthritis, they cause PCOS. All these things are caused because of some of the compounds that are in the yogurt because of the milk. And if you avoid that and simply, avoid
take the good part of the yogurt.
Good part of the yogurt and dump it into something else that's almost as same tasting. And, we've done podcasts on how you can change your taste buds over time, or how your taste buds change over time.
Yeah, and I would suggest, for perspective, just white lie to your kids.
Yes.
Don't even tell them it's different yogurt.
Yeah.
To be honest, we've done that with our children, and they still love blueberry yogurt, mango yogurt. Yes. What doesn't know won't hurt them. In fact, it will help them.
Yeah,
so
we've done that with our guests at home. And
if they do notice, you can mix in a little bit of regular yogurt with the plant-based yogurt and slowly change them over as their taste buds adjust. But basically what we're saying is yogurt, the probiotic part of yogurt is what you really want. Plus, yogurt, even plant-based yogurt, has vitamin D. Vitamin D, I'll get to a little more, but vitamin D, especially I think people realize during COVID, is a potent immunomodulator. So it really boosts the immune system. And unfortunately, most of us, particularly in India, are low in vitamin D. So getting more vitamin D, the better. You can get that from plant-based milks and plant-based yogurt. Okay.
Next.
Next.
Okay, I'll ask you, what's number 8?
I thought you never asked. Oh gosh, here I go again. Number 8 is broccoli. Now, I think a lot of kids cower at the thought of broccoli, but you'd be surprised. Broccoli is probably one of the most loved vegetables of children. I don't really know why, but I remember as a kid loving broccoli, and even our kids love broccoli. Yeah. Broccoli is best consumed raw, actually. When you cook it, some of the good nutrients get taken away, and those nutrients are vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E, and vitamin A. So you've got a plethora of wonderful vitamins that not only help your immune system, but other parts of your body too.
And maybe in the next time when talking about immunity, we should kind of like touch upon what these vitamins do.
Right. I think we can specifically talk about it. Now we're just telling you foods to look out for. We'll tell you in more detail, which I'm sure you want to know, why they help coming up.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
So,
but broccoli has all those vitamins. It also has a lot of fiber, which I think, beaten a dead horse that fiber is good for your immune system.
It has protein.
It does have protein. Broccoli has a ton of protein, and we debate about how much protein it actually has compared to meat. That's a topic for another day. We've probably already debated it.
So remember your famous saying about like a head of broccoli has enough protein. Like,
gram for gram, broccoli has more protein than beef, I believe.
Yeah, well, the way I remember the study or just nutrition content was a head of broccoli has more protein than a burger patty. That's what I remember. Right. So in other words, head of broccoli will give you more protein.
A standard serving
of meat, like a burger or something like that. Or
so eat more broccoli,
or a piece of chicken or something. So eat more broccoli and you'll get that.
Yeah, and I mean, broccoli, if your kids don't like it, it's a fairly easy vegetable to introduce. It's not very strong tasting.
If they like Chinese food, stir fry it.
Chinese food. Sometimes, or a lot of kids like dipping things. Like instead of French fries, you can dip broccoli in different, hopefully plant-based dips, not ketchup. Various other things you can put it in.
Ketchup.
Oh. You can grill. Grilling is a little bit more like flat. It's not as bad as like boiling it to death. You still get some of the nutrients. You can grill broccoli, put some olive oil on it. That's delicious.
Now, this is one exception to the rule. Generally speaking, cooking versus raw, there's not much of a difference.
But in broccoli's case,
in broccoli, there is a difference. But again, like I said, generally speaking, people ask us, oh, what about French beans? Should we cook it? What should we raw? Honestly, there's not that much of a difference.
But you can actually, like, if you really chop broccoli finely, you can throw it into tomato sauce and not cook it.
Yeah.
And it still it tastes good. Yeah. It almost has like a nutty flavor.
Yeah.
So you can sneak that in.
And,
it's a sneaky vegetable.
We also use the stem of the broccoli, which is, if you just grate it or something like that, you can.
Oh, great.
Okay.
So moving on
to number 9.
Number 9. Yeah. Spinach, speaking of green vegetables, Popeye's favorite food, spinach. For those of us that know Popeye. Popeye was a healthy looking guy. Why? Because he had so much spinach.
He used to smoke, that's why.
Topic for another day. I suppose the 2020-ish kids will have no idea who Popeye is. But if you can find a picture of Popeye, show them how muscular he is.
And show him with the pipe.
Preferably the one without the pipe. It's because he eats so much spinach. So spinach is very similar to other green vegetables like broccoli with A, C, D, E, and K vitamins. K, I guess I didn't mention as much in broccoli, is good for blood health, and blood circulation is very important for your immune system. It's keeping all those important white blood cells and antibodies going to the right place. Also, a newish nutrient that I haven't, for this podcast is new, I haven't talked about it yet, is zinc. Again, I think a lot of people have probably heard about the advantages of zinc during COVID, right? So natural zinc can be found in high amounts in spinach and other leafy greens like kale and watercress and maypea and
I know we've mentioned this multiple times before, but it's absolutely worth repeating that all these green leafy vegetables that we're talking about, gram for gram will give you more calcium also than milk. Okay, more calcium. So instead of drinking a big glass of milk, have a ton of spinach and palak tofu. Instead of palak paneer, make palak tofu or mustard greens, sarson ka saag and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's a side note. It doesn't really have much to do with immunity, but calcium is always important.
Yeah, that's right. But immunity reminds me, there is something to do with spinach, and that is there was a 2021 study that talked about strengthening your gut microbiome and preventing leaky gut by the use of eating spinach. So
directly affects the gut microbiome.
Directly, they've noticed a direct correlation between eating spinach and observed it, not just like correlation. I'm sorry, I said correlation. But what I'm saying is they actually noticed that there was a direct mechanistic relationship between eating spinach and strengthening your gut microbiome. Yeah.
Which is the basis for much of our immunity.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're now into double digits.
Yeah, okay, number 10.
10, that would be a double digit.
Well, 0 is not actually a digit. Ask my son; he'll tell you it's not really a digit.
Thank you for that extra special glimpse.
It's
Moving
a
on to number
placeholder.
10. Sweet potatoes, and actually potatoes in general, but particularly sweet potatoes, because sweet potatoes contain beta carotene, which makes them orange, along with other carrots. Beta carotene is yet another excellent booster to the immune system. Eat more sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes and white potatoes contain zinc as well. And actually, sweet potatoes, the nutrients in sweet potatoes, some studies, which I'm sorry, I don't know the exact study, but there are studies that have shown that eating more sweet potatoes and beta carotene actually increases the number of white blood cells in a good way. You know, the helpful white blood cells and the cells that Ajoy mentioned earlier called natural killer cells, which are actually your body's first line of defense.
I didn't mention it, but she knew exactly what I was getting at.
Yes, they're your body's like frontline soldiers against. They're already there. They don't need to be created like antibodies. They're already there waiting for viruses and bacteria.
When they're born, they automatically know what to kill.
They're ready to fight.
They know what to kill.
Yes.
As against learning.
Hence the name natural killer cells. All right. So if you want to directly increase them, eat more sweet potatoes. And sweet potatoes are, again, a food that kids might be afraid of. They're like, oh, what is that, sweet potatoes? But they're delicious. They're naturally sweet, hence the name. You can whip them up. You can cook them. In fact, you should. I don't think you should eat raw sweet potatoes, but more power to you if you want to. No, don't do that. Never mind. Whipped sweet potatoes are delicious. Instead of using butter and milk, use a little bit of olive oil, add some cinnamon, which we'll talk about cinnamon in part 2.
Yeah. But sweet potatoes, you can make a mash. Don't be afraid to add like some little bit of syrup, like maple syrup or something. Not too much, but just a little bit.
An unrefined sugar or brown sugar.
Yeah, good. You can add good on it.
Or even street food, right? One of my favorite street foods, healthiest street foods, is just a plain old roasted sweet potato with lemon juice and chaat masala. And you'd be surprised, kids. Remember, I've said this in previous podcasts, kids have a lot more mature taste than you might think. So they might love that. They might love the more savory sweet potato. So always give it a shot and see, they might like it.
Yeah. What was that? Number 10, right? Number 11, what do you think? Seeds.
So yes, we talked about nuts earlier, particularly almonds, but seeds in general. So seeds, I mean pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds.
Flax seeds.
Flax seeds, yes. Like good old flax seeds. How could I forget? I use so many flax seeds. Again, another food source that might be, you don't think about with kids, but flax seeds can easily be ground into things, into smoothies and your cereal, either morning cereal, which you have pretty much every day. Kids generally love roasted seeds with salt and maybe a little bit of nutritional yeast.
Not flaxseed, but
but pumpkin seeds. Sorry, hearkening back to my American roots, Halloween, whenever we carved the pumpkin seeds that were left, we would toast them and put salt on them, and it was like eating popcorn, basically. So really delicious. So seeds have why are seeds so good? Because seeds have a lot of vitamin E, similar to actually even more concentrated vitamin E than nuts, right? So they're very, very good. They also have good oils as well, good fats.
Do you eat the pumpkin seeds with the skin? Or do you spit the skin out?
Yes.
You eat it with the skin. That's great because it's tons of fiber.
Yes. I think here in India, or not, maybe I don't know about Thailand, but in India it's easier to find them peeled, and they're still good, but even better is with the skin on, basically when you just get it out of the pumpkin. Pumpkins are easy to find, and pumpkins and gourds. So just instead of throwing them away, try toasting them. And think about me when you're eating them. Maybe watch a nice Bollywood movie. And think about how your immune system is so boosted after that.
Can we go on?
Shall we move on?
Yes, please.
To number 12?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Okay, so number 12, the dozen. Is oats. Oats are great in so many ways. And thankfully, kids like oats, right? In general, again, not trying to generalize here, but, oats you can put in pancakes. You can eat just straight up oatmeal. You can have oats in your cereal. You can make oatmeal raisin cookies using unrefined sugars and adding raisins.
Whether you mentioned the one that I like.
You can grind up oats and make things. You can make oat upma.
Shoot, you got it. So not the rolled oats, steel cut oats.
Both are good, but even better.
Upma,
I know, but yes, the steel cut oats are better because they're less refined than rolled oats. But if you're oats in general are good. So whatever oats you can get in, great. Oats also have oats have lots of fiber and a lot of the other vitamins that we've already mentioned. They have a ton of protein.
We're not here to talk about protein and all.
Yeah, but just side note, protein's always good, right? It gives you some energy to help fight off the various, but direct effect.
Yes. What is the direct effect?
Direct effect on the immune system is that, again, just like sweet potatoes, it actually directly increases the number of those good old natural killer cells. So if you can find some dish that has sweet potato and oats, you would be like a superstar for your natural killer cells. They'll be so excited. They'll just pat you on the back. I think it's been a long day. But yeah, so more natural killer cell potential with oats, which again, multitude of recipes that you can find for oats, savory and sweet.
Yeah. So
I think that concludes.
Not just 12, we did 13, but I think we should stop now.
Yeah, because and there are more, but we,
So this is as far as
dark,
this is as far as foods are concerned. The next one we'll try to talk about
other
supplements, spices,
and lifestyle changes. These are all geared towards kids
and lifestyle.
So just to summarize,
please.
Most important thing for improving your immune system is prevention, washing hands, wearing masks, staying home when you're sick, keeping your kids home when you're sick, vaccines that save lives. And but then to further boost your immunity, you can try to eat certain foods.
So it's important to mention that before you even talk about food, whatever you said before, like in terms of preventing, like not going out when you're sick, not shaking hands and like spreading the germs, if you will, drinking more water, and just generally trying to prevent it. They will take you 90% there, right? And then the rest 10% is what you're talking about.
Key.
Yeah, prevention is key. Yeah.
And we mentioned a bunch of different foods that contain particular vitamins: vitamin E, vitamin C, zinc, fiber, vitamin D. Sorry, I forgot of vitamin D, which is very, very important. Actually, I think vitamin D is one of the most underappreciated important vitamins. So vitamin D all the way.
Vitamins, in my opinion, vitamin C.
Vitamin C is very well known. I think people just don't know as much about vitamin D.
That is true. But Linus Pauling, right?
He's a good friend of mine.
He was taking, did you know that he was taking like 30,000 milligrams, so like 3-4 grams of this compound. And he swore that he never got cold and stuff like that. But I wonder what he did to the rest of his system. He died at a ripe old age, though. Yeah.
So we always forget to mention this. Before you embark on any of these changes in your diet and your kids' diet, please talk to your doctor, because where things that are benign like vitamin C, if you have too much, you just pee it out, nothing happens. But too much vitamin D, vitamin A, D, E, and K, the fat-soluble vitamins, too much of that can cause problems. So you always want to check with your doctor, especially if your kids have any underlying conditions, and just make sure that it's safe for them to eat.
Yeah. Whatever we say, please check. Please check.
Always check.
Yeah. If not, ask us, and we'd be happy to give you an answer.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Thank you so much,
time.
guys. Yeah. So next one will be the other stuff besides this on boosting immunity, especially for kids. Of course, you can apply to.
And I think we'll go eat more fruit now.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. We really hope you enjoyed our conversation. Can you think about one thing or an idea that you can start to introduce into your own life that will help make your life healthier and less stressful?
If you enjoyed today's episode, we'd really appreciate it if you can take a few seconds to share the podcast with your friends and families. Thank you so much for listening.
And always remember, your health is literally in your own hands. Making lifestyle changes is not an easy task, but we promise you will be aptly rewarded with a long, healthy, and disease-free life.